This is the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome back to the Epically Geeky Show, episode 184. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight I'm joined by Ray and Chris. How are y'all doing?
Good. It's a Mother's Day weekend, and
Yeah. It's we're also short some people we normally would have on, but it is
like
what it is.
It's just us.
Yep.
It's a who's Lou type of episode.
Tonight's opening question is how often do you listen to music?
Mhm.
I'm going to jump in first because I'm sure y'all probably have a lot more involved answer than I do, and that is hardly ever.
Okay.
I have at least one headphone in almost all the freaking time.
Mhm.
And I'm almost always listening to audiobooks or podcast. Every so often, I'll get in the mood and I'll listen to music for a while. And usually it lasts for a day or two. But then I find like if I go back to work or whatever, I'm like, no, I feel like to do whatever to kind of get back into the flow, I need to have an audiobook or podcast running in my ear instead of music. So I don't listen to music very often. The only other time I find doing that is if I'm driving to a Ghostbusters event. Sometimes I'll get in the mood and I'll listen to music on the way there or on the way back. But overall, I'm just not a big music guy. And that being said, I've read a lot about this. This is one of those things you read online. You're like, well, is this necessarily true or not? But it's apparently a thing about being ADHD is you tend to like to listen to the same song or songs over and over and over again. And it's right here. Every so often, I'll find a new song and just drain it for everything it's worth, like, or a group or an album or something like that. But yeah, I'm not a big music person. I never really have been. I've had times in my life, but like I said, since I've discovered audiobooks and podcasts, that's pretty much what I listen to all the time. So, what about you, Chris?
Like I grew up in a house where the radio was always on.
Mhm.
It was like, my mother had to have noise in the house. She couldn't stand silence, so the radio was on all the time. And if the radio wasn't on, the TV was on. And in the car too. So there was that, and then I listen to music in the car. I like having the radio on, especially if it's a short drive. I'm like, I don't want to put on an audiobook or anything, and I rarely listen to podcasts. But I probably almost every day. We like Logan's really into music, so when she's in the car, put on her playlist. And when I'm working out, if I'm working out, then I will, because I'm gonna put on the pop music to get the rhythm going and stuff. But yeah, almost every day. I would say almost every day. But I have my go-tos, especially from when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I have my specific songs that I like, or even like albums. And those are nice and nostalgic to listen to. And there's very little new music that I actually like. It is very true that they say that your musical taste gets stuck in your teenage years. Like you don't progress past that.
Yeah.
The reason I can't remember, but yeah, that's very, very true. Because my favorite music is from when we were in high school.
Yeah. Fair enough. To add to that, I find a lot of the new, quote unquote, new music I like listening to are remixes or covers of older songs. Like I like hearing a song that was energetic or poppy, what it sounded like in the 80s or 90s, but hearing it ramped up, maybe something else added to it, in a newer version, and I'm just like, oh, this kind of gives it a new life. This even if they're just just increasing the speed just the slightest bit, it gives it a little more oomph. So but yeah, that I like I said, it may be a new cover of the song, but it's still an old song. I still listen to the old stuff. So what about you, Ray?
A lot. It's all the time. If I'm in the car and there's days where I just don't feel like I don't feel like listening to somebody talk. So I don't feel like listening to an audiobook or a podcast. So I throw in my music, and especially if I'm in the car with Logan, her and I love listening to music with her and sing along to it and stuff like that. And then but if I'm in the shop, it's usually music. If I'm working around the house and doing little stuff, then it's music. I've got the guitars up there. Like if I'm painting and drawing, if I'm doing those things, it's usually music. Sometimes movie, but sometimes I'll specifically pull a movie that has music in it, like really good beats, like and we're gonna actually mention a few of them tonight. So but yeah, I listen to music all the time. One of my favorite things to do is actually on typically Sunday mornings, but on weekend mornings, I'll kick off in the making breakfast, and I'll put music on and just
a little dance party,
kind of dance around as I'm cooking away. So yeah,
he's like you though. He always has an earbud in.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Usually there's always at least one.
Yeah.
In his ear usually at all times. Yeah.
Just because I listen to music or
whatever something. Yeah. But when you're working out, you put a movie on.
Oh, I always put a movie on so that I'm
and it's loud. We're like listening. It's like, what are you watching? Oh, okay.
It's usually an action movie.
like Moneyball.
Moneyball. There's workout scenes in that too. So it's like a Rocky.
Oh yeah, those are great ones. Yeah.
To the montage.
Oh hell yeah. Well, tonight's topic is one that we kind of been kicking around for lots of times and finally just kind of pulled it up. So tonight we're going to do we don't talk on this show a lot about music. That's probably because of me, because like I said, I don't listen to a lot of music. But so we haven't done too many musical topics, but so I wanted to pull one out, and this one want to talk about fictional bands. I've heard lots of different podcasts do this before. A lot of times they're just kind of talking about, oh, what's your favorite one or whatever. But in the tradition of, we've got to gamify things or whatever, we're going to do a Sweet 16. So originally, had we had at least 4 people tonight, it was going to be pretty clean. Everyone was going to put out 4 different fictional bands. We're going to fill it in, go around, do a Sweet 16 on it. But since there's only 3 of us, that means each one of us have put together roughly 5, and then we'll have to come up with a 16th one, and then duke it out from there. That also means since there's only 3 of us, there's not going to be any ties. So because I was already thinking about that, I was like, well, who could we contact for a tiebreaker? So but we won't have to worry about that tonight. So all right. So that being said, let me get this set up here real quick. We're going to try something a little new tonight. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and there we go. And I'm thinking I can type on this as we're going. So if you're not watching the video version, so I thought what I would do is I would fill in like 1, 3, 5, 7, and then go to the next one. We'll do that, and then as we go back around and people are submitting, you also have to figure out, eventually all the groups are going to have to go up against each other, but you might be like, well, I'm not going to put that one forth because I don't really want to get knocked out first round. So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, so we're talking about fictional bands. I don't know if I mentioned that right up front. So we are talking about fictional bands. When I looked up, a lot of times when we do shows like this, I try to find like articles or something like that to help people out, kind of, if anyone needs any additional help or whatever. What's funny is some of the bands that they come up, I'm like, is that a fictional band? It's kind of a real band, but we're gonna go with it. So like I said, we got to fill 16 between the 3 of us, so I have a feeling we're probably not gonna be shooting any of them down right off the hand.
You know what? I'm positive that they're all fictional.
Yeah, they're all fictional. List. Yeah,
fair enough. Okay. Yeah. And so I'm not even going to go forth and try to really define that. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, it has to be this. Whatever. We're gonna have fun with it tonight. So, so that being said, would anyone like to go first? I'd almost say since Ray has the most, I think probably you should start off, and then we'll kick it back around that way. So, all right, Ray, what is, and this is not like your top one. This isn't your absolutely favorite one. This is just the first one you want to throw out there.
Yeah. So the first one I'm throwing out there is School of Rock, from School of Rock.
Absolutely.
It is a great band. And all of those kids learned or already knew how to play some of those instruments for the roles that they played, and they actually played them too, which is amazing.
Yes, it is.
So, of course, I had to go with a larger name. So there you go. Yay!
Yeah, there we go. All right. So yes, that was actually on my list as well. That's a movie I'm pretty sure is on. If it's not on future Eugene, when you go back and re-listen to this episode, if Skull Rock is not on the list to watch with the boys, get it on the list. So
yeah. And like, I tried to mention which songs of theirs that I actually really enjoyed as well. And in this case, it's the final performance. Like it's such a good performance.
It's really cute.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Chris, you can have the next one.
Okay. Gem and the Holograms. I was a Gem girl. I wasn't a Barbie girl. So, yeah.
Jen would be upset with you if you didn't put this on this list, I think.
Why? Was she?
I think she was a Gem fan
Was she
as well.
a Gem fan? It's a G, not a J.
Oh, my apologies.
Gem.
Fired.
I know, right?
I had a Gem doll too, and I cut all her hair off.
Did you? Okay.
Punk rock, eh? There you go.
I mean, are we surprised?
No.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen stuff when Jim and the Holograms came out. Barbie definitely took notice, and kind of did her own thing. And because they already had all the dolls out and everything, I think it did really well. But cartoon wise, like
Gem was
nothing could touch that cartoon. So
no, and the Misfits, like they had like this like battle of the bands. It was really cool.
My sister, oh my God, I have to find this video now and show it to her. My sister had Barbie and the Rockers video on VHS, and she would watch that all the time. So I need to go find that video for her.
Nice.
It's not on my list.
Fair enough.
I forgot about Barbie.
But in case we need, let's keep it in the back of our brain in case we need to throw it out there. So,
no, only want something to go to the next round for sure.
All right, my first one is literally the first one I had on there. It is honestly a fictional band I've actually seen in concert, which is why it's like, is this a fictional band? Because it is, but it isn't. That's the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I figured
we
you'd go
knew
there.
You were gonna pick that one.
It's not on my list.
No,
specifically because I figured you'd pick it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's not normally my type of music, but it's fun stuff. The movies, of course, are awesome. But yeah, like actually seeing, and as old as he is, Dan Aykroyd, like still just gets it when he's on stage, man. And that was a lot of fun. That was the last concert I've been to. And actually Christy went with me on that one. Which I was like, do you want to go see the Blues? And she's like, yes, that would be fun. And I'm just like, oh, hell yeah, let's go do that. So yeah, that was my chance to go meet Uncle Dan. So
nice. Yeah. And Universal Studios in Florida, anyway, they still have the car come out and come out on stage. And in the New York section, they every day they do a little show, and every couple of times.
And at the concert, they had the car pull in. And they got out. Like they drove it in and got out and got on stage and just immediately went into the first song. So I was like, damn, like they're going for it. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
So all right. So number 7, this will be your second pick, Ray.
So I'm gonna go with Stillwater, and that is from Almost Famous. One of their best songs. Like the lead singer actually was the actor who played that character, Jason Lee, and he actually sang the lyrics and everything as well. Really good 70s feel to the songs. But Fever Dog is one of my favorite songs from that band, and so good. Like just like I could still just listen to that as its own song, and I pull it up on YouTube every once in a while just to listen to it. So
nice.
Yeah, it's such a good movie too. Such a good movie. In fact, fun fact: Dave Grohl learned to like Tiny Dancer because of that movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was on David Letterman, and he was explaining. So he did a cover of Tiny Dancer on David Letterman. And he's like, it broadened his horizons as to what he thought rock would be.
Mhm.
So I thought it was pretty cool.
That is cool. That's really cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Chris, you're going to start us off on the second portion.
I'm going to pick the Lone Rangers from Airheads. If you don't know this wonderful, awesome 1991 or 93, I can't remember, Brendan Fraser movie with a very young Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah,
and Steve Buscemi. Like Chris Farley's in it. Oh god, it's a stack cast. It's amazing.
It's so awesome.
But they only have it's my second one because they only really have one song, but they spend the entire movie trying to get their demo played on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
David Arquette's in it too. He's really young in that one. But it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've just seen parts of it or if I know I've only ever seen it once if I've seen it, but I think I've probably just seen parts of it. But
their song that's on there is called Degenerate, and Brendan Fraser sings
it too. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And Adam Sandler is just there to look like Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler in that movie is the eye candy. Like he's
jacked. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he's the fuck boy in the movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. The next one I'm going to go with is off of absolutely one of my absolute favorite movies ever. I've shown parts of it to Nick. I need to go back and show it to him again now he's a little bit older. And I want Alex to watch it as well because I think he'd really enjoy it. But it has to be Sex Bob-omb from Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Damn it.
Such a good one. Do you want that one instead then? Because that's the other one from that movie.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
No, we'll see.
Okay.
See how this goes.
All right.
Yeah. So that movie shocked me. Like I knew it was based off of a comic that I had not read. Mm-hmm. It looked very video game like, but when I went and watched the movie, my first thought was, this is absolutely fantastic. Like this is what really hooked me on. Oh God, what's his name? The director of the movie.
You go, I'll get it.
Edgar Wright. It really hooked me on Edgar Wright stuff. Because it's just dripping with style. And I just fell in love with that movie. And the problem was I specifically remember, like I said, watching the movie going, the trailer does not do this movie justice. And sure enough, it did not do super great at the box office, but has become a cult classic because once it got out and people started giving it a shot, they were just like, this is a great movie. Why didn't everyone go see this in the theaters? Like, yeah, exactly. Why didn't everyone go see this in the theater?
It was really good. Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
All righty. Ray, we're back around to you.
I got to go with Josie and the Pussycats from Josie and the Pussycats because
on my list as well.
It's such a good band, and they came up with a bunch of good movies.
Well, no, but you're talking about
good outdoor songs.
Movie with Rachel Lee Cook.
Yes,
and like
specifically
Rosario Dawson. So like the 2000 and whatever, because you didn't watch the cartoon.
No, I did not watch the cartoon. This is specifically the movie.
Yeah,
and it rocks. It
does. That movie kicks ass.
Yeah, and still relevant today. Like if you watch it, the shit that they are on about. It's still relevant today.
Yeah, we watched
consumerism and all that. Like,
subliminal messaging and stuff. We watched that a few months ago. Was it last year we watched it? Yeah.
So the two songs that are specifically stand out to me on those ones are Three Small Words, because Three Small Words, and then the other one was Pretend to Be Nice, which is the other good one that really stuck out to me.
Good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't still have it because I don't think I have any of my CDs anymore. But I had that album. Like that was a fantastic album.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. So, all right, Chris, you get the last first pick, and then I'm unfortunately going to have the first pick to start filling in. So I've got to figure out what my first one is that's going to go up against whatever Ray's first pick was. So
I'm going to pick The Wonders, which was a movie from the mid-90s. Their song, That Thing You Do, actually like made it onto the Billboard.
That was almost on my list.
Yeah. So that one. And I never watched the movie. I've never seen it.
Really? It is actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I just know that song and I thought it was boppy.
Yep.
I just remember hearing it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because I think they have one or maybe two other songs in it, but it's literally just that over and over again. What's funny is because they actually play it several different ways, even in the movie.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I want to say I was working at the movie theater when that came out, because even though I kept hearing the song over and over again, it managed to stick in my head, and it didn't. I was still okay with it because a lot of times you'd be afraid, you'd be like, oh man, I gotta go in this theater again. It's gonna play this stupid song. So, but it was okay. So
Yeah.
all right. So Jesus. So I've got the first pick to go up against School of Rock. So unfortunately, I'm getting pretty low here. In fact, I've only actually got two more, and the rest of mine are either ones I've picked or someone else has picked. Oh, geez, I really want to go up against that. I don't think it's gonna have a chance. Oh, this sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and put him out there. Technically not a group; it's a single individual. I never was a huge I remember when the movie came out, I thought, it's okay, it's an all right movie. But as you get older and you watch it, you stop. You could appreciate it from the son's point of view, and then you become an adult, and then you appreciate it from the dad's point of view. And that is Powerline from a Goofy movie.
It was on my list.
That song. Okay, now here's the other thing about this. There are certain people who dress up and cosplay as Powerline, and I have met one before at a big event.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the right guy doing it, they are super energetic and they fill that role, and they're a lot of fun to be around. If you see a Powerline at a convention, go say hi. Yeah. It's worth your time. So, all right. So we're back around to you, Ray. You get to pick what's going up against Jim and the Holograms.
You know what? Just for fun, I'm going to go with the Barden Bellas from Pitch Perfect.
The what?
The Barden Bellas.
Barden or Barton?
Barden, I thought. It was Barden.
Hope I'm spelling that right.
Bellas.
Yeah, Barden Bellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So
I've never seen any of the Pitch Perfect movies.
They're good.
I've heard they're good. I just have never watched them.
The second and the third one are ridiculous. They're out there. Whatever.
Yeah,
but
the third one more than anything.
Yeah, the third one really goes out there.
Pretty off the wall.
The first one's fun, and then the second one kind of makes fun of themselves, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, specifically on this one, the one that really caught my eye was when they're doing the rounds and trying to get each other out by matching each other's one-word lyric. So as they're through, they have to match a lyric and then go into a different song. I think those ones are really good. And then Bella's first remix when she's with the Bellas as well is another really good one. Yeah, Becca. Sorry, yeah. Becca. Yes. So yeah, those are some good ones.
Yeah, and everybody can really, really sing.
Oh yeah,
in that.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're all really good.
Oh, there's a space between the Barden Bellas.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a big deal, but
well, we are going to be on YouTube, and of course there'll be a comment. You misspelled that. So, all right. So, Chris, you get to pick who's going up against the Blues Brothers.
I think I'm going to go with the Monkees.
That's literally, I was trying to figure out an additional band to add to my list, and that's literally, I was like, oh yeah, the Monkees. How did I not have it on there? But yeah, no, that's a great pick.
I used to watch the TV show when I was a kid, and I didn't know that they were a fake band. For years and years and years, I didn't know they were a fake band.
I don't think a lot of people ever knew that.
It's EE, yeah. Monkees.
EE.
Oh, that's right.
Because they were a play off of the Beatles.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that till after. And I think they'd still be around, but they had one of them doesn't want anything to do with it anymore. He doesn't like talking about it. And I think I know Davey, I can't remember his last name. Anyways, he passed away, and I can't remember if Mickey Dolenz passed away or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they were so fun.
Oh yeah, their music is fun to listen to.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom, growing up genuinely was a fan of the Monkey. Like, was like, no, the Monkeys are the best band ever. I don't know what Beatles. I don't know what you're talking about. Monkeys all the way.
Yeah, they created this little rivalry, except the Monkeys are completely fictional. Yeah. But they went on tour and they had like an album and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's
this next one is the one that I was like, is this a fictional band? But I guess so. Technically, if you really look at, and what's funny is they're talking about doing another album. And that is Gorillaz.
Yeah, well, they are.
Yeah.
It's kind of they're like
it's one guy who just gets a bunch of other people and does all these different songs and just list it as, a group. So if you think about it as being a fictional group, they're a fictional group because it's just it's not a group. And I was just like, okay, I get that explanation. So that's why I put it on there. Number one, great explanation. Number two, fucking love Gorillaz. I love their stuff.
Well, they're animated, like they're all the they're animated, and it's the lead singer of Blur. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he does that.
Yeah, I freaking love Gorillaz.
Very good.
What is it called? Happiness Incorporated, is that what it's called again? I can't remember the name of the song. Is one of my. I just fucking love that song, regardless. But all right, we'll kick back around here before we start going through them here in a second. So, all right, so we're on to our next round, finishing off. So I believe it's back to Ray.
Yep, and I got to go with Aldous Snow from Get 'Em to the Greek.
It was good.
He sang an entire album, and they released the album just off of this movie. Specifically, I'm going to call out "Furry Walls" because I love that freaking song. When life slips you a jet free, just stroke a furry wall is fine. Hilarious movie. There's ties to another movie that I really enjoy as well, which is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's just a fun movie, and
it's raunchy.
Oh yeah, but
but it's good,
and it's I don't know, it's so good. It's entertaining.
Yep. All right, Chris, who's going up against Sex Bob-omb?
I think it should be Crucial Taunt from Wayne's World.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
Yeah, Crucial Taunt. I watch Wayne's World to hear Tia Carrera sing.
I love her versions more than the original.
It's Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
They do that as a cover. And I like it better than the original by the band. It's a band called Sweet. But yeah, it's like in Tia Carrera oh god, and that is her singing. And they do two songs, but my favorite one is Ballroom Blitz off that. And then she, the other one they do is
it's a C and 7S.
Yeah, for Crucial. And then the other one they do, which is more like a ballad, is Why You Want to Break My Heart.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one too. Yeah.
And again, I just put those songs on off YouTube as well.
Yeah,
so good.
All right, it's my choice, and this is kind of messed up because even though you're the one that pulled them, Ray, they were on my list as well. I've got to figure out who's going against Josie and the Pussycats. I've got a list pulled up here of fictional bands, and I'm looking through here, and I'm just like, yeah, those are some of these are iconic, but not necessarily ones that like I particularly, would have picked or whatever. And I kept scrolling. I'm just like, oh, well, this has got to be on there. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, I had Alvin and the Chipmunks too.
Yeah.
I specifically liked the 80s Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's one I grew up on. So
yeah, me too.
I had the OG Christmas album.
Yeah.
Yep, everyone I think had that album.
I think I can recite that whole thing.
So what's funny is like I've tried introducing it to the boys. I think just the Christmas song, they're just like, "What is this? Why are they singing like this?"
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm just like, oh, I'll have to show you one of the old cartoons or something sometime. So,
well, it's the Christmas movie that just the harmonica. That's what stuck out of my head.
Yes,
it just stayed with me for so long.
Yeah, Me and my sister, one of my sisters, we could probably, if we put on the 80s Alvin and the Chipmunks, could probably sit there and start verbatim recalling episodes because we watched it so much.
Yep. All right, we have one more spot. We kind of need to come up with this one together, so I guess we should throw out some things and then we can vote on it.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw this one out there real quick.
You just say it. You go ahead, but yeah. Well,
I'm just going to throw one out there real quick. I think we're going to get comments if we don't put this on there, because when you say fictional band, this is the one everyone goes to, and that is Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
I know it's on my list as well. I just enjoy all these other ones more.
Same. I agree. I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw that one out there because, like I said, there's going to be at least, if anyone comments, that's going to be the comment. Wait, how can you have a list without Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
It's like, because we never watched Spinal Tap.
I will fully admit I've never watched it.
I know I've seen it once, but it's been forever.
Yeah.
It's not my era.
No.
Yeah. No, agree. I agree too. So, well, if that's the case, if y'all are fine with that, I just threw that out there. Any other recommendations?
So I have one.
We're going to go with yours last because I think that's going to win.
Okay. So
Okay, go ahead. Then what do you have, Ray?
So I've got the B Sharps from The Simpsons because
I forgot about the B Sharps.
the B Sharps. Anyway, you could also do Bartman from The Simpsons as well because they had the whole album.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Which that was a good one. And then the other one that I have listed here is also from Scott Pilgrim. It's Clash and Demon Head.
The Clash of Demon Head. Yes, that song is fire.
Good song.
It hits.
Yeah.
But this has our final eighth because they're going to save the world.
Yeah, it's Wild Stallions from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I think we have to go with Wild Stallions. I think we have to because, like you said, Spinal Tap, even though it is probably one of the most iconic, like you said, it's not our generation.
Oh.
It's not, but it's also.
But Wild Stallions definitely is.
Yes. Yeah.
So everyone for Wild Stallions.
Yes, please.
All right, we'll put Wild Stallions as our last pick.
Yeah. Should note though that Ray reminded me of the Wild Stallions instead I could have because I was going through lists and none of the lists mentioned.
I think there's a Y.
Yeah.
I was just looking at a list again and it didn't come up. I'm just like, what?
It didn't come up, and I was like, but they're the band that saves the universe.
So it's a Y instead of an I for wild.
Thank you.
A Y instead of an I for
Stallions.
Oh, I didn't realize that one too.
And no O.
And no O. Yeah.
Yep.
They don't know how to spell. Or they do it on purpose. Because
It's totally on purpose.
Yeah.
But you got to go with the band that saves the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Universe.
That's right. The universe.
It's the universe.
So, all right. So I'm just going to run through our list here real quick for the audio listeners. We have School of Rock versus Powerline, Jim and the Holograms versus the Barton Bellas, the Blues Brothers versus the Monkees, Stillwater versus Gorillaz, the Lone Rangers versus Aldous Snow, Sex Bob-omb versus Crucial Taunt, Josie and the Pussycats versus Alvin and the Chipmunks, and the Wonders versus Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
So let's get started. So our first round is School of Rock versus Powerline. Ray, you're the one that put out School of Rock. Do you want to defend or essentially, or
there's it's hard, and I get that. I get that it's tough. Powerline's pretty iconic, especially in the movie itself. But School of Rock is School of Rock, and the entire audience would be yelling at us of like School of Rock, even though the other band won. Right? It was rock. And how can you not go with Jack Black and those kids who they absolutely killed it? Like it's the singers, right? The kid playing the riffs on the guitar, the drummer played the drums for real. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you can't pick School of Rock in this one.
I'll defend Powerline. Like I said, the movie itself is one of those movies that should not have hit as hard as it did. And like I said, when you're growing up, you watch it and you understand Max's side. You're like, God, my dad is so goofy. Like he's so weird, and he's he's embarrassing and everything else. And then, if you watch it as an adult, it's been a long time, but I have seen it, as an adult, and you're just like, oh God, you just want to spend time with your kids, and you want them to be happy, and you just want to be around them, but you don't want to be a burden. And I'm just like, how is Goofy such a good fucking dad? But that's the movie. When we're talking about Powerline, he's just part of it. So even I have to say, I'm probably voting for Skull Rock. So
yeah, and I was gonna say, if you think about it, both of these are redemption arcs.
Very much so.
They're both redemption arcs, and Jack Black's character learning to give up the stage in order to give it to the new kid, like the up and coming, stand back a little bit. That's where my mind's going. I know you're really stuck on Powerline.
I only because, and I'm only going with solely the song. And
right.
I like Powerline's song better than School of Rock, which is the only reason I'm picking it. Yeah.
I do like that song a lot.
I really like it. Like it's really, and you're right. I have no business.
But it's the opening of and the light show and the like.
I know. All right. Let's vote.
I know you.
I'm picking Powerline.
Right.
So.
All right. So raise your hands if you're Skull Rock. Sorry, Chris. All right. Skull Rock advances to the next round. All right. Next round is Jim and the Holograms versus the Barden Bells. So Jim and the Holograms was your pick, Chris.
It is. And they are outrageous. I thought it was fun that it was like they weren't so much the anti-Barbie as it was just like an alternative to Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that. That's it though. Like I just thought it was cute that they had this sort of, we had options in the 80s for us girls.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was really cool and edgy. Like you could be an edgy 9-year-old and like listen to Jim and all. Like that was
edgy 9-year-old.
Yeah, I was very. I mean, I've always been edgy, but like, yeah, I just liked it. But I mean, the Barden Bellas personally, just like how talented they all are as singers, and some of them are Broadway singers. I think one of them, the rapper, while she was filming that, she actually won a Grammy for her own personal music. So like, just talent alone, and they're real people. Jem is animated TV show from the 80s. So I mean, it's more nostalgic why I like Jim and the Holograms, but I haven't listened to any of that stuff in years and years and years. So it's okay.
What about you, Ray?
It's okay.
Barden Bellas, since that was your pick.
So the thing I was going to bring out was Anna Kendrick had a video of Cups, which was her song that she sang in Pitch Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it has 699 million views.
Yeah. She also was on that song also cracked the Billboard.
It went into the Billboard. It did great. The song revitalized a whole genre of music. Like it's still being like it really revitalized all of that stuff. So that's why it's my pick.
Yeah, those are good reasons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do a vote. Everyone for Jim and the Holograms, raise your hand. I'm gonna go with it just because I haven't watched the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm the lone man out. So the Barden Bellas moves on.
Hi, Kitty.
All right.
Hi, Kitty.
Next up, the Blues Brothers versus the Monkees. So the Blues Brothers, they're still legitimate. They're still rolling. They're still singing. They're still kicking. They still draw a crowd. That movie is, well, there's two of them, but those movies are crazy. It's just, those guys were just like, this is what we like to do, and we're just gonna make a movie about it, and just freaking rocked out. And the fact that people still listen to their stuff to this day and watch those movies to this day is crazy. But like I said, there's still a huge following. So any defense of the Monkees?
To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Blues Brothers. I don't even think I've seen the movie. I've seen bits and parts of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that they're still going strong. I appreciate that Jim Belushi has stepped in for his brother and sort of taken on that role without even missing a beat. Like he's just obviously that he was going to do it.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. I also don't like blues music very much.
It's not my normal pick. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But for me, it was the Monkees. It's nostalgia again. And I just thought it was funny all these years later when I found out that they weren't a real band. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Really? They went through all that trouble to be a thorn in the Beatles' side, to make fun of that whole thing. They went to all of that, and they were all American instead of being British and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought it's just funny to me. It was funny that that they weren't real and somebody had gone to all that trouble to do that. But and they'll never reunite. They'll never be a thing for it. There wasn't ever going to be one after the show. After the show was canceled. So which sucks, but
it is what it is. All right. Yeah. All right. So since we've been kind of voting like to the top one, we'll do that again. So all in favor of the Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, Ray jumped in. So Blues Brothers carries on.
Only because I can listen. Well,
I get it.
I really did like the Monkees.
You don't like pop music, though.
No, I don't. And when I was a kid, I remember the Monkees coming on. I'm like, nope. Time to play some Nintendo.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Next up is Stillwater versus the Gorillaz. Ray, defense.
How can you not go with the 70s band that is like struggling and trying to make it? And they're on the cover of Rolling Stone. They're like I said, Fever Dog is an amazing. If you have not listened to Fever Dog, go listen to it, because it just it's that era, and it plays it so well. Mm-hmm. And then you can watch a guitarist get electrocuted by going to touch the mic.
Yeah, it's very much of its time, and that's like
okay, you gotta go.
Your favorite genre?
Oh yeah, it is one of my favorite genres of music. Yeah. I don't rock. Know. I do. I love rock, especially has a bit of a nostalgic hit to it. Mm-hmm. And they nailed the vibe so well. Like if you put Pirate Radio on, the movie Pirate Radio, Stillwater would fit into that so well.
I forgot about that.
It's a great movie.
Good movie.
Yeah. I know. All the nostalgia coming in. But yeah, like if you actually just put that song on the radio, people just think it's classic rock because it just fits so well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, understandable. All right, Gorillaz. Sorry, I was pulling up their stuff on iTunes and scrolling through all of their.
One more thing.
Yeah,
Stillwater is an actual fictional band.
Okay. Sorry, I was just scrolling through all the multiple albums that the Gorillaz have done and all the multiples. Get the bird. And it's Feel Good Incorporated. I knew Happiness Incorporated wasn't it, but I knew it was Incorporated. I love that freaking song. It blew my mind when I found out. I was just like, this isn't a real band. What do you mean it's not a real band? It's like, it's one guy, but then it's like, oh, it's this Gorillaz album. And it has, and just starts listing all of these musicians on here. It's like, wait, what? And it, like I said, it really just kind of blew my mind. I want to say the first time I saw one of their videos was on, what was it? It was either Toonami or it was Adult Swim, and they played some of their videos, and I was just like, "This is great. This is fantastic." Like I said, I love the music. It's genre bending. It's like all over the place. It's not just like one thing. Each one of their albums sounds almost completely different. Of course, then again, if it's one guy and a bunch of other people, it's going to sound different. So, like I said, I love Gorillaz. It's when I do listen to music, occasionally that some of their stuff does make it on there because it makes me feel good. So, all right.
If you knew you were going to do this to me, I would have put Me First and Gimme Gimmes on here too.
Cover band.
I know, but they're a fake band. It's made up from other members. And if you haven't listened to me first in the Gimme Gimmes,
Mhm.
go through every genre you could think of.
Oh, okay.
Cover a punk cover.
It is
for
a
Rainbow
punk cover.
Connection.
Punk
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah,
They're punk.
Rainbow
They're a
Connection.
punk
They
band.
go through like Phantom of the Opera. They
Mhm.
do they do country. They do like you name it. They have gone through the gamut. It is they're all really well done. So I like
That's
them.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. First in the Gimme Gimmes. Anyway, that's another story.
All right. So let's vote. We're gonna vote for Stillwater. Everyone for Stillwater, raise your hand.
Yeah.
All right. Stillwater moves on.
I only know one Gorillaz song, and that's the Feel Good Inc. one. I only know that one, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I really like it. It's a good and it's funky. I like it.
Like I said, if I was a bigger music person, this would be hitting harder. This would be hurting more. Like if we want to go through and like talk about like, you know, what are the top 16 of Transformers or, you know, NES games or something like that, then it might be, you know, come to blows. But this, I'm just like, yeah, I like the music. It's okay. So,
Okay.
all right. So the four that have moved on to the second round are School of Rock, the Barden Bellas, the Blues Brothers, and Stillwater. So let's finish out our first round. Up first is the Lone Rangers versus Aldous Snow. Lone Rangers was whose pick?
Mine.
All right.
So the Lone Rangers, they did. I don't like Russell Brand, who played Aldous Snow. So I was that he's in the news again. He's in Small Water, which makes it harder to like that movie. But it's still good. It just I really liked. Brendan Fraser was part of my coming of age, and he's got a very specific look in this movie with the long hair, and he looks very like very early 90s hair band. Like he didn't quite make the cut. And it's just a really fun movie, but they spend the entire movie trying to get their demo played, and it's on, I don't even know what it is, but the technology that they have that it's demoed on, it's old, so they can't even play it on the radio station anyway, and they wind up playing it from jail, which is pretty funny. I don't know, I just like Degenerate. I just like that song. It's not a very. I don't think
it's fine.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
It's the movie though.
It's the movie.
It's the movie that really.
But I don't
sells the band. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Listen. Both of these bands bring sex appeal. And I mean, if you want to, bust your gut because it's funny. It is a funny movie, and the entire album is funny as well. And unfortunately, he's a talented man, and he can sing.
Yes, that is true.
There are very few songs within that album that I don't like. So it's a very good album. And it's UK rock, right? Like it's got a specific feel to it. But
yeah.
Anyway.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's vote. We're gonna do like I said, we've been voting for the top one, so we'll go with that. So all in favor of the Lone Rangers?
What?
A sweep? What?
It's the movie. The movie makes it so much better. Get in the Greek is fine. It's a fun movie, but and as much as I enjoy the music from Aldous, no,
I didn't get any in the last. Mine got worked out.
Oh, I wanted Lone Rangers to win on that one. So.
Fair enough. Awesome. All right.
They're not going to win the next one.
That's true.
Next up is Sex Bob-omb versus Crucial Taunt. Sex Bob-omb was my pick.
Yeah.
I almost picked Clash of Demon Head, but they actually have several songs in this movie. This Sex Bob-omb actually plays several songs in this movie, and most of them like hit pretty hard. Like that movie is so much fun. Maybe I should put it on the list. Put it back on the list of things we need to watch. On Nick, maybe like, have we already seen this? We'll be like, no, we didn't. but like in particular when they're having that battle of the bands and like the giant gorilla comes out and the two, I just visually it's awesome to watch them play and everything else. Like halfway through that battle of the bands, they get like defeated and they're just like, no, we're gonna keep going, just like, you know, kick it into high gear. It's just fun. I just freaking love the music they play, and you know, it doesn't help, you know, or it doesn't hurt that, you know, they're just like, you know, Kimberly, and she just like rocks out, like she's just all for it. So yeah, that's my pick there. So all right.
Crucial Taunt. Yes. It was years later that I found out that Tia Carrere was actually singing it, and she went. And then second, that it wasn't a real band, because they played it up really well. And again, early 90s, very early 90s. They got all the guys, I think, have long hair, and they're all, you know, leopard skin print shirts. All that. Anyways, Sex Bob-omb is really good too, and it's perfect. I think each band, like Crucial Taunt's perfect for Wayne's World because of the setting that it's in, the metal bar that they that they play at, and then with Sex Bob-omb, that music fits perfectly in with the style of the movie, which is a cool movie. It's really So I think either or, you can't go wrong. Personal.
All right.
Both are good picks for good
reasons. That said, all in favor of Sex Bob-omb? Oh,
no
come on, guys.
I gotta do Crucial Taunt.
One song beat all the rest of them. Okay, fair enough.
No. So here's where
it's okay.
No. This is what I was gonna say. It was Crucial Taunt has more variety because they did covers, right? And they've got a more variety. Sex Bob-omb does originals, and the thing that a lot of their stuff sounds very similar. Where I
fair enough. Yeah,
it has a wider range.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Josie and the Pussycats versus Alvin and the Chipmunks.
He's cheating.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. I just grabbed the wrong one. Let's hear. Duplicate. There we go. My apologies. Okay.
Yes, you do. You got one.
All right. So Josie and the Pussycats versus Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's this and an animal. Our group of animals. So Josie and the Pussycats was your pick, Ray.
Yeah, listen, how can you not go with Josie and the Pussycats were perfect for that movie because they rocked out. It's kind of punky a little bit, but I remember some of my friends who were heavily into like New Kids on the Block and like NSYNC and all that stuff. They were really drawn to Josie and the Pussycats, and it brought them into a whole new genre just because of this movie. So,
Alvin and the Chipmunks was my pick. Okay, there's two parts of this argument. Number one, I'm gonna go with beating down the other one first. I mean, yes, we remember Josie and the Pussycats. No one fucking remembers Josie and the Pussycats. It was an okay cartoon series. It was an okay movie, but it obviously wasn't great enough that it got any sequels or whatever. The music's good, whatever. Alvin and the Chipmunks, people still know it. I think there's even another cartoon series. They've had multiple series. They've done there's multiple albums with the Christmas song they sing is a staple every single year from now into eternity. That song's going to be played. That being said, I'm voting for Josie and the Pussycat.
Yeah.
Even though I'm the one supposed to be defending Alvin and the Chipmunks, I'm voting for Josie and the Pussycats because that was a great album. So
they rocked it, man.
All right, so let's vote. Make it official. All for Josie and the Pussycats.
Sure.
All right, cool.
That's gonna make a case for Alvin only because it holds very special near and dear.
And like I said, that would be honestly the reason why you would vote for Alvin and the Chipmunks. Artistically, it's Josie and the Pussycats, but like I said,
movie was pretty good.
That song is going to the Christmas is going to be played from now into eternity. And you have to respect it for that. So
So,
all right, our final. Go on.
I was going to say one band that I was thinking about instead of Alvin and the Chipmunks was Dr. Teeth from the Muppets. And
yes, I'm kind of surprised I didn't make it.
See, but for me, it's still kind of It's kind of like Alvin and the Chipmunks, right? Where it's fun, it's covers usually. There's that kind of thing, but it's I don't know. Josie and the Pussycats was all like new music and
yeah. Well, see, and the other thing about Dr. Teeth is like, does anyone really know any songs, or is it more so you remember the personalities in the band?
Yeah,
it's the characters that make up the band that makes that band so much fun. So all right, so our final picks for the first round are our final battle for the first round is the Wonders versus the Wild Stallions.
They're both mine.
Who was Wonders?
Me.
They're both hers.
They're both mine.
Fair enough. Okay.
Fight against yourself.
Fight against myself. Personally, with all of this, I would pick the Wild Stallions. I have a huge affinity. I've never seen The Wonders. I've never watched it, but I've watched Bill and Ted, the first two multiple times, and the third one I think twice. Well, I would pick Wild Stallions. I would die on that hill.
Here's what I'm going to throw out there. The song was great.
Yeah.
The movie was good. It is literally a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
The movie didn't have any sequels. Not that it should have. It shouldn't have had a sequel.
No.
It was one song, literally. Like I said, I think they played some other music, but no one can tell you if they did or not, unless you're just like a huge fan of that particular movie. Everyone just knows that one song, that thing you do. Yeah. So how can you pick a one-hit wonder against a group that has gone on to have a cartoon series, had, a trilogy, even one that took a long time to get here, but is still referenced constantly in pop culture. Like, whether it be the phone booth, the way they act with each other, like Bill and Ted are still firmly cemented in everyone's pop culture.
I have a Keanu Reeves t-shirt.
Yes.
It was him
with
from
Stones.
No, it's Keanu Reeves from Bogus Journey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I got it from Navy of all places. So yeah, they're in
I know.
For sure.
All right. Well, like I said, we're going to stick with picking the top one. So all in favor of the Wonders, and Wild Stallions moves on.
It does.
All right. So filling out the second part of our second round bracket, we have the Lone Rangers, Crucial Taunt, Josie and the Pussycats, and Wild Stallions. Let's go back.
Hard.
All right. So here we go. Starting our second round. First one up, School of Rock versus the Barden Bellas. Ray's pick versus Ray's pick.
Yeah. Listen, Barden Bellas are talented. They're not as good as School of Rock. And I don't know. I enjoyed School of Rock so much more. So, and it's, they did a whole reunion, right, of School of Rock, and people begging for another movie. I understand that might actually be in the works.
I heard some rumors about that.
Two of the kids off of that cast got married.
Two of them got married.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Barden Bellas and it's fun and it's poppy, but it's all covers School of Rock's original.
Yeah. And like I said, I've only seen parts of that movie, and I love School of Rock. Like I was saying earlier, I need to show it to the boys. Unless anyone has anything else to say, are we ready for a vote? All right. Voting all in favor of School of Rock?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a sweep. All right.
There, eh?
Well, no, I would like the Barden Bellas better.
Yeah.
But
Well, you can vote for them. You don't have to be unanimous.
It's fine.
So, okay. All right. Moving on to our next one in this round, the Blues Brothers versus Stillwater.
This one's tough.
I'm telling you, I know what my pick is. My pick is the Blues Brothers. Like I said, and a lot of it's because of Uncle Dan. That's just going to be it. That's going to be my pick. I think what you're going to have to do, Ray, here is if you're thinking of going with Stillwater, you got to talk that one next to you into voting that way. You're not going to convince me to come over on this one. So,
and it's a fair argument because again, nobody really knows Stillwater, right?
No.
Like as good as it is, and as good as that movie is, it didn't really pick up, which is fine and fair. Blues Brothers is just its own entity, and like you said, they're still at Universal Studios. They're doing concerts.
Yeah.
Like I concede, like the Blues Brothers is going to move on to the next round.
Okay, so let's go ahead and vote. All in favor of Blues Brothers? All right, it's unanimous. Moves on. I didn't honestly think that was going to happen. So
yeah. Well, it's just because you were right. They Stillwater within Almost Famous is a very specific thing.
Yeah.
So, but the
and that's a fair way to look at it, like you said.
Yeah, because Blues Brothers is in the pop culture.
Yes.
Ether, right. Like it's already out there.
Yeah.
It's been around for so long.
Yeah.
All right. The Lone Rangers versus Crucial Taunt.
So we're gonna do this. I like with this pairing, I like Crucial Taunt better. I just like the songs better. They have more than one song. And and as much as I love Brendan Fraser, I would pick Crucial Taunt over the Lone Rangers.
Ray, what are you thinking?
Well, so like what's funny about Airheads is that it takes so long to hear their song.
Yeah, it takes to the end of the movie.
And then when you hear it,
it's fine.
It's like, oh, okay. Where Crucial Taunt gets your attention immediately.
Yeah.
You know, like from Wayne's World. So as soon as you hear her on stage, it's like, what am I listening to? So yeah.
I didn't know Ballroom Blitz was a cover. I didn't know Crucial, like she had sang a cover. I thought that was an original song, and then I heard the original, and I'm like, I don't like this one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I like the
Give me Crucial Taunt.
Isn't that crazy when you hear a cover of something, especially if you hear that before the original, and you're just like, I think I like this version better.
Yeah, Bare Naked Ladies did a cover of "Lovers in a Dangerous Time," and
which is a Bruce Cockburn song. It's a Canadian artist, and they were doing this whole thing where they covered. They were celebrating him, and
so that's actually one that I was like, oh, I much prefer.
I prefer the Bare Naked
Ladies, and then another one too is Torn. Natalie Imbruglia does a cover of the original, and the original is actually quite a bit more rock and hard.
Yeah, but I like the Natalie Imbruglia one.
Yeah, and I prefer the other ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess let's go and throw our vote out there. All in favor of the Lone Rangers?
No.
Oh, Crucial Taunt moves on. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's you and me, you can it.
Yep.
All right, and our final battle for this round is Josie and the Pussycats versus Wild Stallions.
Oh, babe.
The only thing I'll say to this one, is for Wild Stallions, even in the third movie, they were still trying to find their fucking song.
They were.
And you never really hear what they're singing, or you hear hints of it, but you never actually hear it. Josie and the Pussycats actually had an album.
Yes. No, that's
so as much as I love Wild Stallions, Josie Pussycats actually had the.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that as I was arguing with myself.
Yes.
Yeah. I think if you're going to argue this from a culturally significant, Wild Stallions hands down.
Wins.
Yes.
But actual music,
then it's Josie and the Pussycats.
I think it's Josie and the Pussycats.
I think it's Josie and the Pussycats too, because Wild Stallions, as much as I love it, I was thinking about this, and I'm just like, you actually don't hear that. It's just like it's implied, and they're like, this is what it did for the universe. Like you did it. It doesn't.
Yeah. So and again, you hear a little. You do hear like at the end of the third movie, you hear it, and it's like, oh, okay. But what's cool is, and spoiler alerts, obviously it's old. Anyway, but what it's everybody playing together. So Wild Stallions is like the whole world playing together.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and I like the way they did it. But
if you're actually going with
the music,
Josie and the Pussycats actually has music.
Yeah.
The Wild Stallions doesn't.
All right, well, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of Josie and the Pussycats? That's a unanimous. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we are down to our final four. The final four consist of Crucial Taunt, Josie and the Pussycats, School of Rock, and the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, so to knock it out to get to the final round, this first one is School of Rock versus the Blues Brothers. I'm just gonna say once again, this is one of those things where it's like, which is more? Oh, I don't even know if I can necessarily. I would say Blues Brothers is more culturally significant, just because. But more and more people. I mean, now that Jack Black does everything,
Yeah.
and not that I'm complaining, because he's good in everything he's been doing. Like, he's been in a ton of movies recently, and he's been fun in every single one of them.
Yeah.
And he does have a hell of a voice.
Dang.
School of Rock is a gateway to Tenacious D.
That's true too. That's true. That is very true. I think you may have just sold me on that one.
Just saying, man. It's
Because, like I said, after this last Kung Fu Panda came out, and they put out that cover of Hit Me One More Time,
yes.
I would love to hear them do just a cover album of all these pop songs and stuff, because I think they would kill that. That would be so good.
Oh yeah.
God dang it.
Oh no, babe, what'd you do?
All right, let's go. Let's take the vote. All for School of Rock.
Okay, just because
School of Rock moves on.
I was waiting for Eugene if he was going to put his hand up or not.
I know.
Yeah.
And listen, Blues Brothers, I love the story. I love everything around it. If I have to sit down and listen to one of those albums, I'm picking School of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that as well. So, all right. Crucial Taunt versus Josie and the Pussycats.
So, again,
she's ready to go.
Crucial Taunt doesn't have a full album, where I think Josie and the Pussycats does. I think Crucial Taunt, as far as I remember, only has 2 full songs. I think. I can't really remember.
3, yeah.
And yeah, it's hard because I like both styles of music too. I do. I like both styles. So of course, I want to beat him because I'm competitive.
This is the band going on. This isn't his pick.
No, it's my pick versus hers.
Exactly. I mean, thank you for trying to be diplomatic on that one, Eugene, but no. I guess it depends on if you're actually going for, because it's really good. And Tia Kerr can really sing, as I said a bajillion times already.
Yeah.
And I know the actresses for Josie and the Pussycats learned to play their instruments. Yeah. They only learned how to play their songs.
Yes.
Right.
They didn't know how to play anything else. And I don't know if Rachel Lee Cook actually sings, if that's her voice or not. I'm not sure. I know they play, like they actually are playing, but I don't know if she's actually singing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's which one would I rather listen to? And honestly, it depends on my mood.
It depends on your
Fair
mood.
enough. Yeah.
I'm really torn on this one. This one hurts because I want them both.
And both are so good. But because then you're going up against School of Rock. So do you want to go up against yourself? You're going up against yourself or me. One way or another. What do you want to do?
Listen, I think for nostalgia reasons, and as much as I love the Josies and the Pussycats,
really?
I think Crucial Taunt hits better.
That's
I just for nostalgia, because I've been listening to Crucial Taunt so much longer.
Okay.
And it's survived. You can still have people listening to Wayne's World. They'll still listen to Crucial Taunt. I don't see a lot of people going to Josie's and the Pussycats.
You're making a lot of good arguments tonight. I'm just saying.
So as good as Josie and the Pussycats is, and as much as I love their music, Crucial Taunt is more significant still compared to them.
Okay. All right, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of Crucial Taunt, raise your hand.
Oh, really? I don't know. I don't think so.
Really?
All in favor of Josie and the Pussycats?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my mood right now, kind of like you were saying, Ray. But yeah, I
will take it. Like, listen, I love that because I really enjoy their music, and I wish more people would listen to it.
I think also, like, I'm also playing in the idea that we're definitely looking at this as being the movie version.
Yes.
But there is there is that '70s cartoon it was based off of that a lot of people, usually older than us, but they know it. Like they were all about it. So all right. So let's see here. I need to do this.
Ray wins. Which band wins?
All right. So let me do a copy here. We're gonna go down here.
Yeah.
If Lainey had been on here,
this would have been very different
episode.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. She probably would have fought tooth and nail on a couple of picks here and there.
Yeah.
Probably.
And I have a feeling Dr. Teeth may have been may have made it on the list even. So, but yeah. So our final two for this evening is School of Rock versus Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh.
All right. So this is our final one. Damn it.
And I'm so torn on this one because one is again the gateway to Tenacious D, and the other one is Josie the Pussycats with a fantastic album. Yet, you know what? I think we just need to put it to a vote.
Are y'all ready for that? You're just going to throw it out there?
No, but we have to, or we're going to be here for a while.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so let's
go back and forth on each of these and the positives and like, but
so you're just saying pull the Band-Aid, right?
Yeah, pull it.
All right, here we go. All in favor of School of Rock, raise your hands.
Oh, there you go.
There we are. So our that is not what I wanted to have come up there. Let's see here. Try that again. Our winner of our Sweet 16 of fictional bands is School of Rock.
That's right, Jack Black.
So
Jack, you need to be on the show now.
Oh goodness. I don't know if we're ready for that.
That would be fun. That would be a fun thing to do though. So
yeah.
But well, that's fun. I always enjoy doing these Sweet 16 episodes to kind of go through it because it's one thing to go back through and everyone come up with a list of something or another, but then you have the thing where you have to kind of go through and like I remember some of the older episodes, especially when I was doing like some of the old game systems. If Cy could crawl through the screen, he would have throttled me. He's like, "Why are you making me choose this? This is like choosing my children." So, but it's fun doing these. So, and it's probably why we're done. Even though we've been doing this for over an hour, it's why we're done at this time. Because, like you said, if we had Lainey on here, we would still be to the first round.
Yeah, we'd be a few rounds.
You know what? I don't think so. I think she would have walked off stage and just said,
"Gone, done."
You're all nuts and walked away.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is our main topic for this month, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to some other business real quick. All right, so I wanted to start off real quick. There's not really much information to go over on this, but we're going to update on. Unfortunately, because we only do a monthly episode, like the next time we do this will be a lot more filled out. We're going to get to do this a couple, maybe 3, maybe 4 times on the show. But so far, Summer Movie Game, the only movie that's come out so far that was available was the Thunderbolts.
Yep.
$76 million. Like it came out the gate hitting hard. So if you had it on your list, you're doing well. And here's where we're standing on the current points. We had 10 people playing, so everyone's on here. But yeah, Sean right now is in the lead just because it was his number 1 movie. He picked it as number 1, so it was worth 13 points. Yeah. The 3 of us all had it, on our list somewhere. Yeah. So that we were all getting points, and then everyone else pretty much had 3, and then Mike and Josh there at the very end. But like I said, the next time we do this episode, this is going to be totally out of whack. There's going to be a bunch more movies because we only do this as a monthly episode. So
two quick shout outs.
Yeah,
Pat, dude, I'm glad you listened to me. At least put it on the list because he was thinking it was going to be another. A bomb. Mm-hmm. he and I were chatting about that one, and then Mike, dude, they don't even have it on there. Like it's,
I know, right? So we'll see. Like that. I was like, I had no idea how well it was going to do, but then I've heard really good stuff about it. A lot of people are like, this is back to, it sounds like Marvel's like, okay, we've got to get back to basics and doing a good job with it.
I know it's, if you've been avoiding it, close your ears, because even though Marvel's already done a bit of a spoiler, if you've seen, there is a title change. So if you're not aware, don't look it up.
Okay, fair enough.
First Marvel movie that I actually really enjoyed since Guardians 3, and then before that, I don't remember. Like, there's for me, there's been a lot of filler that I've been very ho-hum about, but this is the first one where I was just like, I remember watching the second Doctor Strange movie and being bored. I was bored. I wanted it to end, and then this one, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I don't even think you got it to go pee.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Just because I got the small drink, not the big one, but But it deserves the big opening that it had, for sure, I think.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'm hoping, I've got high hopes for Fantastic Four, but unless it's just got more hype, which it does, because Fantastic Four definitely has more cachet with it behind it, but it is also much further in the game, so it's going to have to stack up that money very quick. But then again, this could also be a springboard. A lot of people may see this and be like, oh no, Marvel's back, so we got to go see that one. So we'll see how it does. So, but all right, so let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans. Would anyone like to go first?
I'll
sure. Go ahead.
All right, Chris.
Okay, so my picks. So today we decided to spontaneously go to this Mother's Day market. Mother's Day is tomorrow. And it was Logan's home for the night. She came back from camp for the night, and she suggested it. We'd also seen it. We follow one of the tattoo artists. She was going to be there. So like, oh, let's go. We'd never been to this place before. And so we went and we got tattoos.
When y'all first came on, I was like, do I have a fight? What's going on?
So we got tattoos, which is kind of fun, because usually what we do is we would agonize about our tattoo choices, and because we've been getting them done since we were 18.
So we didn't even have a plan for that.
No, we had no plan. We weren't going to do that.
I guess we're getting tattoos today.
I guess we're getting tattoos today. And Logan too does not want one at all. But she sat. She sat with us.
Yep.
She was actually there to say, which was kind of cool. We had no plan for today, so that was kind of neat. And also another pick is having Logan home. Just makes the house feel complete when you have all the energies there. And camp is a very go. It's very fast paced. It's also very physically demanding. And for somebody who has admitted that she's not made for physical labor, that is not her life. She just wanted to do nothing. She just didn't want to do anything. She just wanted to just move as little as possible. And then on Netflix, there's this new show. It's written by Tina Fey and a few other people. It's called 4 Seasons, and it's based on the movie from 1981 with Alan Alda. And it's 8 episodes. I watched it all in one day. Kind of wish I hadn't. I was just stretched out. But it's really good. It's very good. It's based on 3 couples. They've all known each other since college, and sort of how life plays out. They're all in their early 50s, and just the longevity of relationships, how that all differs between couples and with each other as a friend group. And so I really, really liked it. Made me feel a little old that I was relating to people who are years older than I am. We've been married for 20 years, and we've been together for almost 26. So I could kind of relate to the ebbs and flows of a relationship, but it was really, really good. It was very good, and I really liked it. And it was
Christy and I watched it over 2 nights, I think.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it. It was nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of low stakes. It's very, very much about the characters, very much about that. There's no intrigue or mystery, whatever. None of that. And my pans, also another Netflix show. My sister Ashley, She loves reality television, and she watches this one called Selling Sunset, and it's a realtor show based in Hollywood or something like that. Anyway, I had told her about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I got a very confrontational text from her being like, how could you tell me about this? I'm supposed to be doing things. I'm supposed to be having a nap, and I'm watching this stupid show. Thank you. I'm like, season 2's out next week. And so I figured I'd like do her a solid and I'd watch one that she liked, except I got sucked in and now I'm on freaking season 3 and I'm being very, very judgmental. And I'm just like, fuck. And anyway, that's a pan because it's like, how dare you? That's rude. It shouldn't be this. It's boring. It's actually boring when you think about it, but I am in it. And it doesn't make sense.
What I'm watching with her.
No, I don't want to.
I would
but I have very strong opinions about these people that I shouldn't. But it's my sister's fault. I'm blaming her.
Fair enough.
For you, Ashley.
Ray, pick or pan.
Gotta go with Thunderbolts. That was a good time.
Good
then I went with a couple buddies down to London to go see it, and unfortunately one of them couldn't make it. So I was able to make took a picture, and then I made him a forest ghost, so it looked like he was with us, which was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's cute.
NHL playoffs are on right now, so watching the Leafs. I know that they're playing in Florida right now, which is. The Panthers are a tough team, but see what the Leafs can do. It's in the second round, so been a good series so far.
Their big goalie Stolarz is not back yet.
No, Stolarz got a concussion in Game 1 against the Panthers. One of the Panthers players decided to elbow him in the head, and then about a couple minutes later, he started puking on the bench. So,
that's not good.
Yeah, no. So a pretty big concussion. He's not in Florida. He's still in Toronto recovering. So hopefully he's okay because he's really good goalie. Wall's been playing really well as well too. So, but anyway, the other thing I was going to say about the NHL though, there was an announcement today that they're looking at Atlanta as another team. This will be the third time that they've put an Atlanta team there. Or NHL team in Atlanta. I'm excited by that. I think it's good. For that, but what my hope is that they actually bring in another NHL team to Houston. That's the rumor that they want to put one there too, and I'm all in. The more NHL teams, the better as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah.
A good deal. There's several things I could run through. The boys played their last soccer game today. They lost, but they both played really well. That was kind of fun to watch them play. And because of the way it was done, we weren't up in bleachers. Like Christy and I were like on the side of the field, in chairs. And we were even like, wow, it's been a while since we've played, watched a game like down on the field like this. It hadn't been since they were like, much smaller playing and, for like the city leagues or whatever. So, I'm going to put this in the pan side, but it's a very soft pan. Christy and I watched all 3 seasons of The White Lotus. I get it. It's much like a lot of other dramas that are out there that I'm like, I get what you're saying. Like it's beautifully shot. It's well written. It's the fantastic actors. But almost everyone in here is a horrible person to some extent. Some of them are just just horrible people. And unfortunately, in the end, most of them just kind of, things work out okay for them. I'm just like, really? I don't really want to see rich assholes just continue on with life, even though they screwed up their life, but oh, well, things just kind of move on. And I'm just like, no, like, they don't have to die, but like, let something happen to them. But like I said, we ended up watching all 3 seasons of that, and it was okay. On the other hand, we were trying to find other things to watch. We did watch, like you said, the 4 seasons. That was a good show. Right now we started, and I think Chrissy's just okay in it, but I'm loving it, is on Apple TV Plus, The Studio. It's Seth Rogen. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like Seth Rogen for the most part. There's some things he's done that I'm just kind of like, it's okay. But he plays a Hollywood studio exec, like literally his boss, who's played by Catherine O'Hara, gets fired because essentially, and you don't find this a little bit out until the later in the first episodes, because she turned down this movie, so she got fired, and so he ends up stepping into the position. And the thing about it is he's a goofy guy, but he genuinely loves movies. Like, he's that type of person that's like, I love movies. I want to make good movies. I understand they have to make money, but I want to make good movies. And like Bryan Cranston plays his boss. Like I said, Catherine O'Hara's in it. Oh God, what's her name? That played Agatha. Catherine Hahn's in it as well. She is hardcore. She's like the advertising guru. She is hardcore, filthy mouth. Just like she's just eating it up with a spoon. But every single episode is like a kind of a vignette of like just making fun of the stuff that goes on in Hollywood. So like the first episode is like him getting the job and being told he needs to make the Kool-Aid movie.
Oh.
And they're like, because their rationale is, well, look what the Barbie movie did. I mean, people went to go watch a movie about, plastic tits with no vagina, and they made $1 billion. What could you do with Kool-Aid? And he's just like, yeah, I can do that. And of course he's dying because he went. I don't want to get too much away, but there's also tons of stars in this thing. So like Martin Scorsese shows up in the first episode.
That's crazy.
Oh God, I'm trying to think. Like oh God, there's just so many people that are in this thing, and it's fantastic. One episode is about him being on set and constantly getting in the way. One episode is about what was the one that we watched last night? They lost a reel. Like, so he wants to still shoot. He's okay with still shooting on film because it looks different, it's better, and this, that, and the other. And they lost a reel, and all the crap that happens with that. Ron Howard shows up, and it's hilarious. It's fun. And I just can't get over it. Like, no one has a laugh like that, dude. And it's not like, and it's just his natural laugh. That's what gets me, is the fact it's like, this is just how he laughs. You'd want to strangle him after a while, but on the other hand, you're just like, whatever. Anyway, if you're looking for an actual comedy, and let me say this is driving me insane. There are so many dramedies out there that are like, oh, it's a dramedy, or it's somewhat like The Bear. The Bear is a good show, but it is not a comedy.
That's not a comedy. No.
I'm kind of getting tired of this. Oh, it's more of a dramedy, but it's got a little comedy. No, if you're going to call it a comedy, I need to be guffawing at least some, instead of just kind of like, like that's not a comedy, guys. So, but yeah, high marks on that. Like I said, if you're into dramas, go check out White Lotus. But if you're like me and you're just so on dramas, you're not missing anything, honestly. So, all right, that is our episode for the month, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, watch us there, or follow us online. You can subscribe to any of the different shows on your favorite podcast feeds. You can find all the episodes on epicallygeeky.com. There you can find all the shows that we do, including the Marginally Geeky Show, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, and of course, Epically Geeky. You can find us on social media at Epically Geeky as well. Where can we find you online, Ray?
Well, before I do that, I do have to say I'm an idiot because I also forgot about Jack Malik from yesterday, who sings all of the Beatles songs. And
that's one of his favorite movies.
I'm an idiot for not including that.
You lose. You know what? You don't win.
I don't win anymore. I forfeit to the winner. Oh wait, that was me. Anyway, you can find me on the Reluctant Yeti on Instagram, and I gotta remember to start posting on Blue Sky as well. So,
is there no easy way to like cross those stuff?
I just haven't figured out yet.
Because I'll be honest with you, that's the only reason stuff still gets posted, at least by me, on Facebook, is because, like, I'm okay with posting on Instagram, but it automatically sends it to Facebook. If I have to just do it on Facebook, I'm like, whatever. So,
gotta figure that out.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
On Instagram at Moody Midlife.
And as always, you can find my individual wacky adventure online at Optimus Chain. For everyone on the site, have a good night.